What's going on, guys? Mark from 3 Finish Mobile Detailing, and today we're going to go over 5 major things you should know before you start your detailing day. So number one, I would say make sure you go to the restroom before any appointments.
So Mark, going to the restroom, what type of food or drinks do you try to avoid so you don't have that emergency?
Okay, so the ones I avoid because I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't drink any milk, any ice cream, anything like that, because obviously it's gonna go through me. Second thing, I don't eat any spicy food. You know, you don't want to burn yourself when you go. So yeah, those are the two things that I try to avoid. I just drink a lot of water, and but try to minimize it just because I don't want to have to go to the restroom consistently and then stop, come back, stop, come back.
So Mark, you try to avoid the restroom, but when do you try to squeeze it in? In between details, or you wait till the end of the day?
Okay, so I try to squeeze it in before I start, or in the middle, like through my passing time. I'll try to make some time to hurry up and gotta do what I gotta do, go to the gas station or something like that. I do not use a client's restroom. I don't want to blow them up. I don't want them to think of me different. So that's what I do. And yeah, man, that's about it.
Hey, you ever go use the restroom at a gas station? It says employees only or restroom closed?
Yeah. So definitely, like when I really gotta go, sometimes I'm like, man, and it's closed, and I'm trying to knock on the door and stuff. But yeah, it's out of order. So that's one thing that sucks. So sometimes when you're detailing, you know where to go and when to go. So my go-to is like maybe like an Albertsons or something like that, because they're always clean and they're always available. But I'd like to know if you guys use the customer's restroom. Are you toughing it out? What do you guys do? Drop it in the comments below. So the second thing I'd like to talk about is gas. Gas is an important factor in detailing. So if you do not have gas for your detailing appointment now and for after, it's going to affect you a lot. So for instance, right now we're detailing a job. We're running a little low on gas, but we have enough to finish the whole job for today. But there are times or situations where we didn't have gas and the clients didn't have any outlets. So what that means is we have to pack up, roll everything up, and it takes more time. It takes a lot of our time. And then we have to find the nearest gas station, come back, maybe use the restroom, and then come back. We just wasted 20 minutes or so, or 15, 20 minutes. And then after, set up again, and then roll it out, and then knock out whatever we got left on the car. So I think definitely check your gas levels, see if your generator's full or your pressure washer's full before you start, or after when you're done. Make sure that's filled up. That's the most important factor into detailing.
So let me ask you, man, do you check your gas every day?
Yes.
Do you put gas every day?
Yeah, so I put gas every day in the generator. I make sure at the end of the day I have a full tank of gas and my generator and pressure washer, and my car is full. Sometimes I'm lazy where I have like 2 bars left on in my van. I don't fill it up, and then I have like a 30-minute drive or 40-minute drive. I'm like, damn, I should have filled up gas. So definitely make sure before when you're done or after when you're done, make sure your gas is fully filled, everything's ready to go. When detailing, make sure you have all your products, etc., because you don't want to go to a detailing store like, oh, I got to go get this product. If you run out of soap or anything like that, or gas, you always want to be ready for anything.
Now, Mark, do you got your go-to gas station? Because sometimes gas is 4 something, sometimes it's 7 something.
Yeah.
Do you got your spot?
I've been using Sam's Club now, so I have a Sam's Club card. So definitely, if you guys have any Sam's Club or Costco cards, definitely recommend that. But if you don't, you could use like a gas buddy or something like that, see what are the cheapest gases around the area. But you definitely don't want to pay for like $5 for gas, because it does eat up your profit. But I'd like to know how much you guys pay per gallon in your state. Drop it down in the comments below. For us, it's around $5 to $4 in that range. So I definitely want to see in the comments what you guys spend on the gas. So the third thing I'd like to talk about is water. So water to drink. In the summertime, super hot. I always carry like either a gallon or a big jug, like in my hydro flask, and then I just fill it up with ice and just keep filling up as you go, because you do not want to be dehydrated when detailing. There are times where I ran out of water, and man, it did suck. A side note, when I was first detailing, I detailed this car in like, I want to say like in Fontana or something like that, when it's barely getting, is it Fontana? I don't know where, it was somewhere super far, and we ran out of water. We didn't have anything to drink. So I was like, oh my God. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna drink my gallon water, my DI water. I don't recommend that at all. The DI water, when you drink it, it makes your throat turn it makes your throat super dry. It makes you more thirsty. I didn't know that. I was just like, it's just water. So I drank it. Man, it made my throat super dry. So then I was like, all right. So the next thing we seen it as a water hose. So then it was a brand new built house with a fresh water hose. I was like, all right, it's brand new, no germs or anything like that. So I put my mouth on the water hose, started running the water, and it just tastes like rubber because it was a fresh hose. And I was like, oh God. So yeah, that's the thing that sucks. So definitely keep your water, make sure your water's filled as well. So you don't pass out or you're not dehydrated. You always gotta stay hydrated. Yeah, I would recommend that for sure.
Now with water, is food and snacks included in there, or you just tough it out for that?
Sometimes there's days where I just don't eat just because I don't have time, like necessarily through jobs, or I used to buy fast food all the time and eat McDonald's like while I'm driving, but I'm trying to chill on the fast food kind of side. So now I bring fruit and sometimes a little bit like snacks to go out throughout the day, and then when I do eat dinner, I just eat dinner at the house. That's another thing too, guys. Try not to spend too much money on the fast food because that does eat your profit as well. When I was doing my taxes, I see how much I spent for like the previous year on food, man. So it adds up a lot. So it's like 10 to 15 bucks a day, even 20 bucks a day. It's a lot when you see it throughout the year. So definitely recommend packing lunch and try to stay healthy in your journey, because you're going to have to stay the healthiest because you're doing a lot of physical work. You don't want to eat these like say fast food. You feel lethargic, all sluggish, and you show up like, ugh, I don't want to work right now, So definitely try to stay light and yeah, just eat a little healthier. Fourth thing is water for your tank. So water for your tank right now, we're super low on water. So that's why I parked like this to get the most water out of the van. So I'm letting the gravity work for me and just pull out the water. So like we have like this much water in our tank. That other car took a lot of our water because he wanted, it was super muddy, so we had to rinse it, pre-treat it, rinse it again, foam it, agitate the car, and then wash it, rinse it down again. So that took a lot of our water. We only have a 100-gallon water tank. Yeah, so that's why we park like this. This is another little trick for you guys. If you guys are running super low on water, say if you got like 20% in your tank, I definitely recommend just parking like this, and everything would fall out, and you can knock out the car. Or another trick, I don't recommend it, but sometimes I do. Like on my old van, I did used to park on the curves when there was like no incline. So that's another tip too. So definitely check out your water. Like I said, if you don't have enough water, then the downtime. Say for instance, we're washing this car right now, and if we don't have enough water to rinse down the car, but it's still foamy in the summertime, it's not good because it just dries up. It looks like if you have, say for instance, if you have a pre-treatment, like a pre-soak, you foamed it and you rinsed down whatever, and then you can't leave it on the car like that because it might cause staining over time for the pre-rinse. But this is a pH neutral soap, so wouldn't worry about it. I recommend if you're really low on water, try to stay away from alkaline cleaners or anything like that, just because you don't want that stuff drying on the car and causing streaking. And what you're gonna have to do, bust out the polisher, polish the car, you just wasted more time. So always be safe and not sorry.
One thing I know is a lot of detailers run out of water. It happens. What do you do in that situation? Use the customers or go somewhere else?
So I don't use the customer's water. For instance, like in different areas, the water is hard. So I don't wanna leave water spots on the car and stuff like that. So what I would do, if I'm really low on water, I'll probably start on the wheels first. If I didn't have an incline like this, I'll start on the wheels first, knock out the wheels and see what could I do. Because like I said, if you rinse down the whole car, it's gonna take more water. Hit the wheels, and if I don't have enough water, just go to the nearest water spot, like wherever I'm at, and then try to fill up as soon as possible. What I could do is to maximize your time. You can either drop off your generator right here and your vacuum, have someone help you out. Like for instance, like wash the car, or vacuum the car, and then while you're going, so by the time you get back, the whole inside's done. All you gotta do is just knock out the outside now. So that's a cool thing as well. It doesn't make sense if you have two people and you guys both leave and then come back. So you gotta maximize on your time by doing that. That'll be like a nice tip for you right there.
And last question is, what's a reasonable price to pay for water per gallon?
Usually they pay like 10 cents a gallon. There is a guy, if you're in the area in OC, he has the best water in town. I could wash the car and I could rinse it down in the summertime, and there's no water spots, no nothing. You don't even have to do anything. That water's insane. But for me, it's a little further. It's in Fullerton, called Dr. Detail. And that water's the best water I ever used in my lifetime. And it's zero, in the meter, TDS is 0.0. So it's just like air, but wet. So I definitely, if you guys are in the OC, definitely recommend checking out that. Other than that, like some water DIO spots have a little bit hard water, or say for instance, their TDS meters around like like 8 or like 5. So you definitely like, but it's still DI water, so no worries about that. But yeah. So the fifth thing we want to go over is sunlight. Sunlight is a big factor into detailing. Right now in the winter time, it gets dark around 4 to 5 o'clock, and it gives you limited work time to work. So what I do, I try to maximize our time by starting super early in the morning, knock out our details or whatever we got going, and then probably finish around, like, my latest appointment I'll take is around like 3:30. If it's super clean, then around 4 o'clock. But there are times where I worked on a car. Say for instance, I do have one client that's a special client. I do book her around like 4 o'clock, but it's a Lucid Air, so it's super clean. She takes care of her car, immaculate inside. So I do book her around 4 o'clock. It takes me about like an hour. But I do have another thing too, is a scan grip headlight where you can put on there. So if you do run into those situations, definitely need that. Just put it on your head and you can still work, super bright. And if you do have any other work lamps, like I would recommend those as well. Scan grip makes them, you could put it on the car. But if you do work in the dark, it takes a little longer, I notice. For instance, like say for a wash on like a regular car that you haven't did, could take around like, say for instance, like your regular car started around like an hour and 30 minutes. But then I notice when I do work in the dark, I take like 2 hours or 2 hours and 30 minutes, just because I want to make sure I got everything. So I'm triple checking, quadruple checking everything, so like you don't leave anything behind, so you get a call back. So that's the only negative side to working in the dark. But other than that, like try to knock out everything when you do have sunlight, so you don't have to stress about the dark or anything like that. You have to run behind, so definitely recommend that as well. So those are my tips as a detailer. Super important. Make sure to follow them if you guys can. But if you guys have anything else, man, drop it down in the comments below. If you guys want to see any more videos, for instance, like how I detail wheels, it'll help us out on the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys.